Welcome, Lab Coat Agents, to episode number 9 of the Viral Video Show. I am Jeff Fitzer with my co-host,
Noelle Nielsen.
That's right. And today we are going to discuss what we tried to discuss last week, which was Noelle's latest masterpiece, or so I call it,
And
of video magic. Of what?
Well, I said, aren't we sick of this already? Aren't we sick
I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no. And since you're the creator of the video, you don't get the option to choose if people are sick of it or not. Plus, it's got 29 shares, 250 likes, hearts, laughs, etc., 177 comments, and 7,600 views. Noelle, did you boost this?
No, all not boosted. That's all organic. This is the problem. I know I need to start boosting, but it's fun to watch the organic.
Listen.
Those numbers are really weird for me to hear and think about, actually.
That was purely a rhetoric question because I know the answer to it, and that's what makes great video so great, is because if you can get massive organic views, you are hashtag winning, and I think we all can say that Noelle is hashtag winning.
I don't know. I'm not sure about this.
I mean, you're like traveling all over the world to speak. I'm just sitting over here trying to put this show together. I'm like, hey, guys, I do video too. Guys.
Stop it. You probably will get to speak at some point. I'll take you with me. How about that?
You're a jerk. All right. So let's do this. So let's share the video because everybody likes it. It's so good. Everybody wants to watch it. So I'm going to share it. I'm going to turn up my volume. Hold on one second. And let us watch this pretty awesome video. So here we go. Let me know if you can hear it.
Still can't hear it.
Really?
I can't hear it. Can you guys hear it?
It's probably must be you going live then. So we totally screwed that pooch again, huh? Because I'm playing it off my microphone. You can watch it though, right?
Can you hear it on your end?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you're watching right now, could you hear that right there? There, I'm gonna keep playing it. Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear it. We have a lot of watchers, but nobody's answering us. Can anybody hear it?
That means they're not really watching.
No volume. They say no volume too.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, then let's just go back and talk about it. So I am going to pause it here. Come on, pause. And we're going to go back here, and let's start with right. I know you don't like that image right there, so let's get away from that image. Shit. It was destined to be. All right. So
I'm fine.
Let's talk about where the creativity comes to create something like this. So you start with, where did you even start with this? What were you thinking to create something like this?
So the idea for this video, and I've always told people, I get a lot of inspiration from watching other things on YouTube. So I watched an Apple commercial actually on YouTube that was similar. It was James Corden giving the Apple executives some ideas for how to promote the Apple Music, iTunes Music, whatever. And I took that idea and thought, how can I relate that back with what I'm trying to do? It was so creative. It was really, the commercial was super inspiring, and all of Apple commercials are amazing. And all of a sudden I had this idea of, what if I'm pitching myself on these crazy ideas of how to get out there, that we're trying to be really creative at our brokerage. And so that's where that idea came from.
Okay, and so you want to pitch the brokerage in a non-in-your-face way, right?
Yeah.
So what made you think to yourself, I'm going to clone myself, which, by the way, that's called a clone. So at the beginning of the video, she's talking to herself, right? And I'm going to talk about, I'm still looking at it, wild animals, and you're going to talk about what were the other ones? Run with the big dogs, right? Where does this come from?
All the different ideas. So I started just writing notes on what could be crazy things that I could actually film, because we had to actually be able to film these ideas. And a couple weeks ago, I actually had posted out there saying that I was looking for llamas, and nobody really responded or got back to me, or alpacas maybe. I had a different idea, and that went nowhere. So then I had to come up with some other options of things that I had access to. I had access to a horse. I had access to my dogs. And the final thing was dumping gasoline.
The gas can. Yeah, where the hell does that come from?
I don't know, because we were trying to talk about, like, it had to have a saying with each thing. So that one was ignite your creativity, and it was about a fire. Originally, the idea was actually that I was going to light myself on fire, but everybody around me told me that was a bad idea.
I think that would have been epic.
Well, if you know me, you figure out that I'm pretty klutzy. And so I lost that argument. I did not get to actually light myself on fire. Yeah, but that's
let me ask you this. If you're a real estate agent, or just a random real estate agent who's listening or watching or knows they want to do video, and they're thinking to themselves, I do not have this creativity, how do I entertain at that level? Or how can I even come up with ideas to entertain? What would you suggest to them?
Watch things that inspire you and pay attention to what you're watching. Like, if you're on here and you're watching this show, you got to be semi-interested in doing some level of video for real estate. And honestly, I think you kind of have to be into thinking about getting in front of your sphere on social media. That's just how I think, though. I think that's the only way that we're going to actually stay in front of our sphere, is either through more social media engagement, more posting, video texting, video emails. I mean, you and we just came back from this giant marketing mastermind where everything was all about video and all about marketing and how to use it. You don't necessarily have to put it on your sphere. But I think if it's that you're just your average agent who says that they can't do video, which, by the way, I couldn't do video like 4 years ago. I studied how to do this on YouTube. I learned how to do all this stuff on YouTube. I think you need to challenge yourself to get out of your comfort zone and do that. Just like you'd have to challenge yourself to go knock doors around the neighborhood. I mean, this is essentially my door knocking, right? Or just like you have to challenge yourself to get on the phone. There are not probably that many introverted real estate agents. Maybe there are some out there, but honestly, you kind of have to get yourself out of your comfort zone to do it. For example, I have an agent in our brokerage that hasn't done any videos yet. And on Friday, she and I were meeting, and I asked her, how many videos have you done? And she said, well, none. And I said, all right, here's my challenge to you. What are you doing this weekend? Well, nothing, sitting around the kitchen for Easter, like getting ham out. And I said, all right, well, there's your video. Like, have your glass of wine, have your ham, talk about how you have an empty nest. She's at the empty nester phase. She thinks she has nothing interesting to say, and connect with your sphere. Ask them what their favorite ham recipe is. I mean, and honestly, all day today, I was filming a video with this thing, to show you guys that you can film an interesting video on your phone, and I'm going to edit it all on here so that you guys can see. You don't have to have fancy equipment to make a good video. And so I was working on that today. But you can. It's all about the content and about you are your brand. You have to be your brand. You have to take responsibility for that. So who are you? What do you want to convey out there?
And what have I been saying for all 9 episodes? That your cell phone is perfectly adequate to make good content.
I mean, it helps to get special equipment for your phone, which I just got this thing today.
Whoa, look who's here.
Oh, hi, buddy.
Oh.
Perfectly adequate to make good
Turn your volume off.
Uh-oh.
This is a new tool.
Wait, before it goes any further.
Turn us down on your end, Nikki. Whoa, look who's here.
Oh, hi, buddy.
Oh.
We get to hear it on here again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah. Cool.
So
I didn't
tell
mean-
me
I
real
didn't
fast.
mean
Turn us down on your end, Nikki.
Oh, hold on a second.
How much does yours cost, Noel?
We just dropped 30 viewers, which was all we had.
I didn't mean to log in. I'll log out and when you guys are ready to bring me
Here,
up.
we're ready for you. We're ready. We're ready.
Good. We're good.
This little doohickey, it's very solid. It's nice and heavy. It's gonna last. It's gonna look good. It was probably a couple $100. I don't know how much it was.
See, this guy right here, this clips onto your phone, less than $10 on Amazon. Wide angle.
You take a video with that. I'll take a video with this, both with our phones, and we'll see if it's worth the extra $100.
Well, so you have to do it with, you have to take this exact same video or picture, normal, and then do another one with the widescreen. And yours is probably just got a wider screen than mine. If I had to guess.
It's fancy. It does like lens flares and stuff. But the video I did today was nothing other than my phone. I didn't even use a stabilizer. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right, so look who joined us. Nick Baldwin, the one and the only, the man, the myth, legend.
Guys, first of all, I just have to say thank you so much for having me.
It's an honor. It's an
Listen,
honor.
you know, it feels so good to be on Lab Coat Agents on a webinar for a change.
to be a guest.
Where have you been?
Yeah, what, you guys couldn't get anyone else?
Well, you bring up a good point there, Nick. So we were going to talk about some really cool video apps that people are using. And so Nick and I talk on a regular basis, and he shares some of the videos that he's been doing recently for his brokerage and for recruiting and et cetera. And he puts his agents in it. So Nick, tell us about the 2 apps that you are currently using that anybody could use, and it can really elevate their video game.
Cool. Anyone can use these apps except for Noelle. Because she's way too advanced for any of these apps. Like, I think Noelle is probably so advanced that she would get confused by the simplest apps.
That's not true.
That's what I think. So I use 2 really great apps that the first one that I love is called Big View. BIGVU. Yes, it's for Android. So everyone can just simmer down.
No.
Android has a version of it. Do you have it?
I have it too.
Right, but I mean, they do have an Android version, so you guys weren't left out. And there's also an iPhone version. You got to get premium, though, for a couple of reasons. Well, let me give you the features. So first of all, the coolest thing is the teleprompter. It's a teleprompter app, right? That was like the first iteration of it. And I put it like on my big, my circle. What's that light with the circle? What's it called?
The ring light.
The ring light. That's a really good name for it because it's like a ring.
Mm-hmm.
So the ring light, I call it like a circle light. I'm so complicated. So it's a ring light. I put it on my ring light, and you go onto the Big View website, and you can type out. Okay, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you get the premium version, which is $60 a year, then you can use the website to type your script and edit your videos. If you don't have the premium version, you can only use the phone to type your script, and sometimes that gets annoying. So when you're filming it and you put it on your ring light, it scrolls like a teleprompter, like you're doing a news program. And it's so cool because you know exactly what you're going to say. You don't say you're not fumbling over your words. You're recorded as many times as you want.
Are your eyes going like this though?
No,
No,
because
it's on the screen.
on the screen.
It's on
No,
your phone.
No, your eyes are not like going like.
So it's like scrolling right down your, so you're still staring right at your phone.
Okay.
Let me see if I can actually pull up like one of the videos I did. How about that?
Yeah, and keep talking. So, and for those of you that don't, if anybody out there doesn't know what a teleprompter is, you know, it's what they use in news stations to where when you're staring straight at the screen and it's got a script that they're reading, like Jimmy Kimmel and David Letterman, those kind of guys, they're all reading that stuff.
Yeah.
It makes it super easy. Nick shared one today with one of his agents who's brand new, and I guarantee, well, I could tell she was nervous as hell to be in front of the camera, but the video was super fluid. Why? Because she was reading the whole thing. Awesome.
So here, let me show you guys what the website looks like. So you can see, and I'll show you an example of what happens when I actually record a video and I'm reading from the teleprompter. You can't even tell that I'm reading from the teleprompter. So here's one I did to promote Lab Coat Agents Live, right? And you can see it's branded right here, Lab Coat Agents. And I have a script here. This is the script that I typed out on the website. And then when I press record, the script shows up on my phone. So here's the video.
Hey there, it's Nick Baldwin, co-founder of...
Okay, and first of all, you can see you can add text down here. So you can put your name, you can put a title. But in this instance, I was trying to get people to, oh, now everyone watching is going to get a $50 off promo code. But what, go for it. So
Lab Coat Agents, and you may have heard that LCA Live 2019 was just announced. And since you attended last year, we would...
Okay, so you can see that, like, in this instance, I was reading from a teleprompter, and you couldn't really tell, right? Here's another one. I don't really know. Oh, this is when I posted in Lab Coat Agents about
Hey,
the
Lab
app.
Coat Agents, it's Nick Baldwin here, and I wanted to showcase this amazing new app I found called Big View.
Okay, so I'm reading from the teleprompter. You can't even tell. And this is another feature of the app. If you film it in front of a green screen, you can replace the background with anything cool, anything you want. So if you're doing like a home tour.
Oh, that's green screen. I actually thought that you were in outer space.
Yeah, well, you know, that's how good the special effects are. So I did go to the moon to film this.
Hey, Nick, let me ask you a question about that. So if they want to change the background, so first of all, you have to have a green screen. By the way, you can get one of those on Amazon for less than $150. The whole setup, including lights. So invest in your business. Number two, how do you change the backgrounds, or how easy is it? Do they come with a bunch of templates?
So in the app, let me see, maybe this does it. Change background. No, in the app, you got to change the background. You can't change the background on the desktop. I don't think so. See, I'm still playing around with it.
But they give you a bunch of options though, right?
Yeah, there's like a dozen options, and you can upload logos, you can upload the front of a house, you can upload any picture you want to go behind you after you record it. So it doesn't have to be things that it comes with, but it does come with like funky backgrounds, like a brick wall or clouds and stars. But you can add custom backgrounds. So if I wanted to have like the Lab Coat Agents logo behind me, I could do that. So there's a lot of great features. And so when you pay the $60, you can type your script here, and then when you're recording it on your phone, the script, you can also do it with the iPad too. It's a little bit bigger. But what I've been doing is, here, I'll stop sharing my screen right now. This is how you do it. I don't know how to do this, Jeff. I'm not.
Go to stop share. There should be a big red button that says stop share at the top, maybe.
Oh, here it is. Okay. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. Like I said, you can do a heck of a lot with it, and it looks really professional. And you could do tutorials, you could do recruiting, you could do classes, courses, trainings, whatever you want to do with the scrolling closed caption. That I think is awesome, because I think it's great for people who don't know what to say, and they always fumble over their words, like Noelle. So it's great to have that in front of you, but it can also be a little bit nerve-wracking too. Like I find myself doing like 10 or 12 takes because keeping up with the words can be a little bit challenging. But you can control how fast and slow the words move too. Lots of different features there.
Noelle, what do you think about this?
I mean, can Can you cut videos together at all, or is it just like one?
You have to it's not an editing app, but you have to, film a couple of videos and then you can edit it together with your fancy machinery.
Okay.
But think about it.
But Noelle, look, listen, you are clearly much more advanced. This is for every agent. Okay.
And I think it's pretty great. Like if you've got something that you have clearly scripted out that you want to tell your people, that works. I don't do too well with scripting.
So then you won't use the teleprompter.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to go to the moon, you can use that app.
Well, I've been wanting to go to the moon since I don't think anybody's been there, but that's for a different show.
I went there. Okay, so my other favorite app is called InShot. And InShot is a fun app. I don't have any examples readily available. But when you're on Instagram and you see like a video, and on top there's words, and on bottom there's text, and the text's changing and it's very noticeable. So InShot does a lot of that stuff, and you can add animations and you can add all sorts of different fun things to make your videos on Instagram appealing to stop and watch.
Is that where that scroll bar thing goes?
No, that's not. No, they don't have the scroll bar on that. I don't know what app that is, Jeff. Do you know what it is?
No, I mean, I looked, the scroll bar, you mean to determine like how long the video is going? And
Yeah.
You know what it is? I mean, I actually looked that up. We were talking about that the other day on one of those threads, and you actually need Noelle's fancy editing software. You basically need to be using a Mac, and you need to be using, maybe not the most fancy one, but you could be using iMovie, I think, on a Mac. You can't do it on an iPhone. You can't do it on a phone, but you can use iMovie or any of the editing softwares on a laptop or on a Mac.
It's not on that Vemly site or whatever.
I think Tristan figured out how to do it a lot simpler. Or just Tristan, if you're watching, just like post it down in the comments there. But yeah, so Big View is, InShot. Here, let me see if I can pull up an example of InShot. You guys have a little chat amongst yourselves.
All right, we'll keep talking. But here's the thing, and in my opinion, when it comes to Big View, is the reason why a lot of agents don't get in front of a camera is because they don't know what to say, or they're afraid they're going to fumble. And I do this all the time because I shoot a lot of video for people, and I help people, and I help direct it, right? And I don't know if you do this, Noelle, it's hard. Most agents are not Chuck, right? They're not just naturals.
I do this with all of my agents.
So you know what I'm talking about. So if I could put a teleprompter in front of them, it would make them so much more comfortable. And I think it's an awesome tool, and it's very, very inexpensive.
100%. Okay, so I found an example of what InShot does. You want me to show you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me share my screen because I got my Instagram page up. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Yes.
So right here, this is InShot. So I ran this video on Instagram, and so I put some verbiage on top and the bottom.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Nick Baldwin here, and I've been hearing pretty frequently about how bad internet leads suck. But you know what?
So anyway, the point of I don't want to you don't need to watch the whole video, but you can add text like that. You can also have captions on it and change the text. You can also add animation. They have lots of little emojis and things that do fun things in the video as well. So there's lots of different things to do with InShot. InShot's actually totally free. There's no cost for it at all. So it's a fun app to play around with. I really like it. I'm going to get it. Yeah, and that's a good one for just doing like 60-second videos on Instagram and Facebook about, whatever you want to do. You want to give a piece of advice, or you want to be motivational like Noelle on Monday mornings, or if you want to like do some, recruiting, that's a good one for that.
Yeah, I like that. Go ahead.
Yeah.
See, if you can keep it short,
yeah,
then that works good.
Yeah, like 30 seconds, 45 seconds,
I can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
How do people do that?
Noelle, you only have 45 minutes at LCA Live. Let's keep it short.
I know it was supposed to be half an hour, and now every week
We gave you more. I told Tristan there's no way she could finish in half an hour. There's no way. Jeff will be on the side of the stage with a cane. Yanking you off. Like it'll be like 45, you'll be in mid-sentence. Ah!
I think I could do it.
I will tackle you. I will just tackle you.
Literally, Jeff running across the stage. They'll think it's me, though, because we look similar, but Jeff's a lot skinnier and has less hair on his face.
This is not video related, but it's more personal hygiene related. Did you guys hear about the beard bacteria situation that's going on?
I did hear about that, and you know what? Let me tell you something. Sometimes I like to save a little chicken for later. Well, this is supposed to be viral video. Do I have to go now? Because I'm completely ruining your show.
That's funny.
No, it's good. I mean, this is the sort of thing that when you go off script, I'm trying to give an example here. When you go off script, sometimes that's when the entertaining, fun stuff happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I was going to say earlier is, yes, I make all of my agents, whether they're experienced on video or not, they need to sit in front of the camera and we do a spotlight with them. And I just sit there and I ask them questions and I just have them actually answer the questions. And yes, we can clip it together, and yes, we can clip out stuff that doesn't belong there if they get, caught up in the nerves or whatever. But I feel like it's always way more authentic and genuine if they're not so worried with going off a script. I have had a few agents that have come like with a sheet of paper and they're trying to read from their script. It's like it takes me 10 times longer to get that video done than just having them have a few different key points that they're trying to get across, and then we just ask them like, hey, talk to me like we're going out to coffee.
Yeah.
You know what I do? What I do with people? I put a laptop in front of so the camera is like right above the laptop, and I will put the script like in a Word document, and I will do like a line at a time. And so let's just say it's a paragraph and 5 lines. I'll be like, look at that line and basically memorize it real quick. Look at the camera, say it. Okay, now look at it again. Now let me make the other one big. Now do the next line. And then you do it like that. And then, you can edit it together and it makes it crisp. It makes it clean. It makes somebody who's really bad in front of the camera actually look like they are good in front of the camera. Just another hack, if you will.
The thing is, like, being a realtor, all of a sudden, right, agents are agents who never had to put themselves out there before are now being not forced to do that, but in a sense, you kind of have to at this point. And I think realtors overall are getting better in front of the camera than they were before. I think because a lot of them are just doing it, right? You start doing it and you're just going to get a lot more used to it. And for me, I have a background in acting and musical theater, so it wasn't like, it's not difficult for me, but I can see.
I did not know that.
You didn't know that? Maybe I'll sing next.
Can I get your autograph?
And Noelle wants my autograph. At least someone respects me around here. So, I grew up as a kid being in front of the camera and doing commercials and things like that. But I think that not most agents, but agents are getting, because of things like BombBomb, because of apps like Big View, they're stepping out of their comfort zone because they have to. And so they are getting better. Some of the stuff I'm seeing is actually really good. And then HGTV, as much as we love it or hate it, whatever, I don't know. In a sense, realtors are becoming actors. It's kind of a weird dynamic.
100%.
Well, in my opinion, I was saying this just a little earlier, it's no different than going around your neighborhood and door knocking with people you don't know, or showing up. I know we're not supposed to do this, but showing up at a listing to show somebody a house that you've never met, or having an open house and people are coming through. If you look at video just that way as a way to get in front of the audience that you're trying to get in front of to do business, it shouldn't be nerve-wracking. Just do your, just be you.
Just be you, or be Noelle.
Or try to be me.
If you could be a Noelle, you got it made.
# Princess Brat.
Oh, really?
I was going to say # be like Noelle. I think we know who's hosting the next viral video, me and Noelle. Listen, I'm gonna jump off because I'm totally like hijacking your show. But listen, thank you so much for having me. I'm so sorry I was the only guest you could get tonight.
Well, you know,
Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing.
yes.
Thank you for the nice send off, Jeff and Noelle. That was work on that, okay?
I need a script. That was enough.
So I want to share real quick. I want to share one other app that I think is useful. Have you ever heard of Record It?
No.
It's called
I haven't
Record It.
heard
And
of
so
any of these apps.
So Record It is an app that you can use to record your screen.
Uh-oh. It's
Yeah?
is it frozen?
Yeah, it was. Was that me or was that you?
I don't know.
Where'd you lose me at?
Record It is an app you can use to record your screen.
Yeah, you can. So basically, you can record your screen. So if you want to give somebody a tutorial how to do something on your cell phone, like how to edit an iMovie, you can do it, talk through it, and be showing what you're doing on your screen. It's pretty slick. I'll share it I'll share it in the comments as well.
Are you showing it right now?
No, I'm just gonna share it in the comments.
Okay.
Because we're not on my cellular device, we are on my laptop.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I think there's a ton of different apps out there. You just need to pick what your style is.
I agree. Actually, and I wanted to say one more thing, and I'm not going to share it today, but there's actually an app out there right now that I've been talking to Jesse Hodges about that you can, so a lot of people are uncomfortable going live, but they all know they need to go live, right? So there is an app out there that we're going to get into later. Maybe we'll have Jesse on the show and talk about an app that you can pre-record a video, but it posts it to social as if it's live.
Don't you get punished for that though? That's what I've heard.
We don't know. Punished as in how? As in the algorithm's not as strong?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, but if it makes somebody comfortable and it'll catch people's eyes, because I assume it has the same effect. We're still exploring it. The same effect as though you can get an alert saying, hey, Noelle Nielsen's live. That's what we want, right? We want people to get that alert. And whether or not it hurts the algorithm or not, just like anything else, if your content's strong enough, you're going to get viewers. You have proved that theory with 7,600 views of a pre-recorded video.
Well, that's true. Well, I want to know what this app is, so let me know.
I will share it with you, but I will save it for another show when we've actually tested it. So we don't want to just go out and give these apps out if we don't know that they work, which is why we had Nick on. Big View is really cool. You should get it. Record It is very cool. You briefly talked about Vemily, which a lot of people do talk about. That's VEME.ly. From what I understand is you can create like video memes and stuff with it. So you have to check that one out. I actually have it on my phone, but I've never actually played with it. But what do you have? Do you have anything? You have any apps that you use, or are you just all camera?
Adobe Premiere for the iPhone.
Do they have that?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And I'm gonna edit the video that I took today, and I'm gonna finish videoing it tomorrow. And then I'm gonna edit in Adobe Premiere. I don't know if it'll get done this week or not, but if it gets done this week, then we can talk about it maybe next week.
So could you actually have, so you don't have, so like for somebody like me who's a PC guy, I can't have Adobe Premiere, right? Or can I?
Yes, you can have it.
Oh, I thought it was a Mac guy.
No, you can have it on your PC.
All right. So do I have to pay for it like I would if I wanted it on my PC?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
the good stuff's not free.
I know.
Nothing good is ever free. Did your mom not teach you that lesson?
My dad taught me to get everything for free that you possibly can.
Except for LCA. That is free. Everybody that's in here watching this is free for you. You are lucky.
That's very true. And you know what? Let's end this show by commenting and saying, Speaking of LCA and what's not free is the LCA Live event because it's so damn good. But if you are anywhere in the 50 contiguous states, you should be there. I was going to say Southern California, but no. I'm coming from St. Louis. You're coming from Minneapolis. Carrie Scholl's coming from the East Coast. Rhett Harmon's coming from the East Coast. People are coming from all over the country to come to LCA Live 2-day event, San Diego, Coronado Island, right?
Which is amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, the resort itself is on the beach, so it's cool enough in and of itself.
Were you there last year?
No, I wasn't. We would have met otherwise.
Well, I'm just saying it's an event not to be missed. I go to a lot of events. I'm an event junkie, but this is my favorite one. It's
And the dates are the 18th and 19th of June, June 18th and 19th. That's a Tuesday and a Wednesday. You still got plenty of time. Book your tickets, book your plane tickets, go on Lab Coat Agents. There's a million posts about it. Get your tickets. Nick, rewatch this video because Nick just gave a promo code.
I think it was an accident, but go get that promo code.
Oh, hell yes. Go get it. Go get it. Use it. Be there. There's going to be some amazing speakers. The headliner is going to be Billie Jean is Marketing. If you don't know who Billie Jean is Marketing is, Google him right now. Billie Jean is Marketing. He is going to be keynoting this thing. It's well worth it. Noelle will be there. Nick, Tristan, gosh, there's a ton of people that are going to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep. And if we can all make it, you can all make it.
That's right. That's right. And I heard that you and I might even MC a day.
Are we allowed to say that?
I just did.
I guess you spoke it, and now it's true. Yes.
We're gonna have some fun.
Out of the bag.
Hey, if anybody actually watched this for the full 40 minutes, which is where we're at, which is why we need to wrap up, you get a little bonus. That's your bonus. I won't even say it again. Congratulations. We'll see you in San Diego.
All right.
Wrapping it up. Hey, next week will be double digits. It will be double digits. And yes.
We're having a surprise guest for episode number 10. I think we had actually said he was going to come on tonight, but then I didn't give him enough notice and I got in trouble for it. But Seth Nielsen will be coming on with us to talk about legal issues that come up when you shoot video, because there's legal issues. And he is coming on next week for sure. Seth, you're watching. There's your notice. That's our list. Come up with the legal issues that may arise when you're posting video publicly. I could name a few of them. I don't know. It feels like he has to research.
Because you already said we're going to have a surprise guest, and then you said Seth Nielsen in the same sentence.
Mike Bjorkman has said this is the longest 40 minutes of his life, so we shall relieve him of his physical pain that he is experiencing.
Dude, Bjorkman, I gave you a plug, #Princess Brat. You're welcome. You coined it. I'm just stealing it.
All right. Let's end this thing.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
See you next week.